All right, so we've had a couple days just to kind of digest these CAF Olympic qualifiers on the women's side. Whew, what drama, what a game. Especially the Zambia Morocco game. That was a game of winning on the counter. I said earlier that Nigeria versus South Africa, that would have probably been one on the counter, but Morocco is showing that they are in that top four for Africa. It wasn't a fluke that they had qualified. It wasn't just they got lucky because they hosted and made the World Cup. They're a side now that's really showing that they can play. And yes, there were moments, people want to complain, oh, they were just time wasting or doing things. They played their road strategy well, even to the point of stealing the game at the death. And I think that was just wonderful to see. It's great to see again. You see these top four teams in Africa playing and playing well, and then you look at the next four teams and you're really excited. You see what the likes of Ghana are doing. You like what Tunisia is continuing to grow with. You love Cameroon always in the building, and Tanzania is still there. On the women's side, Africa is coming. Not to mention, when Cote d'Ivoire gets their act together and things of that nature. But we're not here to talk about those who couldn't make it. We're here to talk about those who did. So let's talk about this game here. I liked Morocco's strategy of just they got their goal. They tried to they tried to milk the game away. Weren't able to do it. Zambia had two great chances, three goals. There was an early penalty in this game where I thought that was a little bit soft, but then was saved by Morocco's keeper. And that followed with Morocco scoring at the end of the first half. Redouani with a very nice goal, a beautiful goal going through, and then you had Rachel with a goal that was called off for goalie interference, just where offside Zambia player was, and then after that you saw them finally get it in with Muiba in the 80th minute, and then 14 minutes later, Ayani gets it done for Morocco. Morocco now up 2-1 heading home. And I think that's going to be the interesting game. You do want to get, I think Morocco's best case scenario is getting them scoring early and then playing well defensively and not trying to stretch out. I think if this game turns into an up and down, though Morocco has shown they can play well, I think that suits Zambia. If you're Zambia, you're only down 1-0, get a goal, and now you're playing a game. See if you could push and challenge Morocco to try to play out, not in a up and down game. Try to make sure that Morocco can't sit back and then go from there. So I'm very much curious to see, who can get the goal first. I think that will definitely affect who wins that game, because the style of the game will certainly change, and the more open it is, certainly to suit the speed of Zambia. Morocco has their speed as well, and they're passing. You see what the coach is trying to do with the squad. Ironically, someone told me, "Oh, this is like the problematic bowl. Which coach do you hate the least?" I'm like, let's talk about the players. Well, you start to see those aspects, so it's very exciting to see how it goes. So next game on Tuesday, coming up this week. Then we have Nigeria and South Africa, and that to me is much more curious in terms of a matchup. I think I have South Africa winning that. Initially, I had them winning that on a tight 4-3 aggregate, which would mean this next game is going to be, 4-2 for South Africa. Nigeria sitting back and defending, that suits them well. South Africa playing on the counter would suit them well as well. We're going to South Africa, so they're going to need the crowd. They're going to need to go through. This game wasn't too bad. A penalty given away in the 43rd minute. I will say, I don't know. Actually, on a very side note, why is it that sometimes it feels like it is a headache to try to find CAF women's football? It's actually a struggle. And then it's a whole conversation I have with some folks on Twitter where it's like, you want to be taken seriously, but then you don't take it seriously. So then I'm supposed to assume then that you don't take this seriously. Yes, I know there are other things that happen, but I'd love to support, but can't find it. And then when everyone's relying on one YouTuber, and then that YouTuber can't get it up, and then now we're all just sitting there, it's tough. It's very frustrating. But I digress there. I digress. So you have Nigeria going up, Ajibade getting the penalty in about the 43rd minute off of a foul that came in, which was, I think, clear to me. Some may say it was soft. I don't think it was. I think it was a good penalty that was given. But this game was very much dominated by Nigeria with the ball. South Africa sitting back. Now, I wonder if South Africa can play that style at home. I think they'd want to be a bit more on the front foot. Only they need 2 goals. This suits Nigeria so much better. And I think that would be the ideal thing for them. They can sit back, they can defend, hit on the counter, and every time there's a counter, they can put the game away or have a chance to do so. But Nigeria's got to start to put away chances. They do create a lot of good opportunities on the counter, but they are not truly. I feel that sometimes their finishing is leaving teams not only in it, but keeps them the opportunity to bottle some games. So when it comes to Nigeria, they're in a good spot. Now they just have to sit back. So ultimately, I think they give themselves, and they especially give South Africa, a chance to be in this game. Like, again, because the score is so close, this is another type of game where whoever scores first has the opportunity to really dictate how the game will go and really force the other team into a game that they don't necessarily want to play. So I think for Nigeria, it's about getting the 2-goal lead and then really sitting back. But if you I don't know if South Africa can break them down with all that possession, but we'll have to wait and see. Guys, you let me know in the comments. If you watch both games, what did you like? What didn't you like? Who has the edge going into Tuesday's matchups? Let me know. And I think we'll wrap it up right here.